Hello Quarry Bank and Brook Primary, it's Miss Calderbank from Dudley Performing Arts. This is lesson 10 and in today's lesson we're going to be learning about some of the instruments of the woodwind family. So there's going to be some musical extracts and lots of facts which relate to those different instruments. Enjoy! The woodwind family gets its name as all of the instruments belonging to it used to be made of wood. As time progressed, the instruments have been developed and some are now either made of wood, metal or even plastic. All of these instruments are played in different ways and some need the help of a special object which you'll learn about in this video. The first instrument we're going to look at of the woodwind family you should all be very familiar with. This is the flute. The flute is the oldest member of the woodwind family. It produces one of the highest pitches of sound. To make a sound on the flute, you have to blow across the hole on the head joint. The air then vibrates across and that is how the sound is produced. When you move your fingers up and down on the keys, it opens and closes the holes underneath, which changes the pitch so the sound can be heard higher or lower. Have a little listen to how the flute sounds. A piccolo is the baby of the woodwind family. It's a small flute. In Italian, piccolo means small, which is where the instrument gets the name. Because the instrument is very small, it means the pitch will be very high. So the smaller the instrument, the higher the pitch. It's played exactly the same way as a flute. The next instrument we're going to learn about is the clarinet. The clarinet is made up of wood and has lots of silver keys and holes to change the pitch of notes. A single reed is required in order to make a sound on the clarinet. This is a single piece of bamboo cane which is fastened onto the mouthpiece, so when we blow into the clarinet, the reed vibrates against it and produces the sound. Some of you may recognise that Squidward plays this instrument too. The oboe is classed as one of our endangered instruments. This is because, although they are fantastic instruments, over the years fewer people have chosen to play them. An oboe looks like a thinner version of the clarinet, however it does not require a mouthpiece. The oboe uses a double reed. This is two pieces of bamboo cane tied together. This reed can make a sound on its own, as when you blow into it, the two pieces of cane vibrate together, forming a sound. It is then inserted into the hole at the top of the oboe to produce a sound through the instrument. The next instrument is the bassoon. The bassoon is one of the biggest members of the woodwind family and therefore produces a low sound. Like the oboe, this is also an endangered instrument. It also uses a double reed, however, a bigger size to match the bassoon. This reed is attached to what we call the crook. This bends round to make it a bit easier for us to play. The final instrument of the woodwind family we're going to learn about today is the saxophone. The saxophone is the youngest member of the woodwind family. Although it is made from brass, it is still classed as woodwind due to the fact it uses a single reed, like the clarinet. A man named Adolf Sax invented this instrument to be played in military bands. He wanted the instrument to be loud so it could be heard over the other loud instruments. Now, saxophones are often associated with jazz music and it is also a big feature in The Simpsons. Now is your time to go back through the slides and listen to each instrument carefully once again. Describe the type of sound it makes. Is it high or is it low? See if you can remember if the instrument needs a reed to make a sound. Which instruments use single reeds or double reeds? Try and remember which instruments are endangered. Recap all of the facts you have learnt in this video, ready for your quiz on woodwind instruments in the next lesson.